An American-based attorney and major stakeholder in the Labour Party, Dr. Libo Agwara, has shed light on how Imo State Secretariat of the party was sealed by the police on Monday, 3rd April 2022, at the instance of government officials. Recall that the national office of the party, through its national secretary, Malam Umar Farouk, had raised alarm on the government action and asking the members of Obedient Movement in the state to remain calm. Agwara, in a press briefing Tuesday at the party secretariat, Wedra Road, Owerri, told journalists that he had sent his aides on errand in the premises, but on arrival they were barred from accessing the building by 7 policemen in the place. And when they drew his attention, he alerted the national vice chairman, who was in the state capital for the party primaries. When the national vice chairman arrived, the police still did not allow him entry into the structure. The American attorney who donated the space to the party stated that he had to show up himself. He volunteered that when he came with his police guards, the restricting officers were more respectful. In his words, they told me that they were sent by the government. They were not willing to mention names. According to the landlord, the officer who led the park stepped out and made calls before he was allowed into his office. But the police insisted that the party office should not be accessed by anyone else.
Government, I understand, was quick to deny it and say they didn't know anything about it. It is very possible that they did not. Okay? My impression is that someone from the old executive or someone that is supporting them knows somebody, okay? And they called the person and they sent these people from the government house. It was not an official, I don't think it was official, okay? Because the order they had was the very old one, actually. It wasn't even, there's a newer order that they didn't have. So and you know, for an outsider to come in and do something like that, someone on the inside, okay, invited them or gave them some information. So I believe it was a handwork of some Labour Party people who were disgruntled about something, okay? But hopefully that's the last time it will happen.
Agwara disclosed that the police position was in line with his earlier instruction, which forbade both the caretaker committee and the old state executive committee from using the place, pending the determination of which of the groups should legitimately use the structure. The legal luminary expressed shock over the incident because both sides have kept to his instruction.
The same Onyekwe faction, when they came with the order, they actually broke down the door on 2 occasions. Okay? They called me, I told them, do not complain to the police, I'll handle it. Okay? And I made it known to everybody that if it happened again, I'll seal the office and evict the party. Okay? And somehow I think that message got to that faction and they stopped that nonsense. The reason I gave the building to Obi and to the party was to help the party do well in the elections. Obi did very well in Imo State.
Agwara noted that he did not think that the action was official or legitimate because the order they had was a very old one.
Let me put it that, do I believe that Governor Zadema sent the policemen? No, I don't believe that. Okay, because of the court order they had, okay, that court order originated from a faction of the Labour Party in Imo State, and I believe they were the ones behind it. And why they did it, I don't know. I'm sure with time we'll find out. It was unnecessary because there was nothing planned here, okay, in terms of activities for the party. So I don't know why they did what they did. What kind of gave me an idea of how they got here or why they came was they showed me the court order that they had. It was the same court order from the middle of March, which the Onyekode group had obtained that imposed a status quo, okay, condition, and that no one was supposed to do anything until the court ruled on the lawsuit and the application that was made by the litigants. So that basically told me that it was the same group that probably arranged for the policemen to be here. The reason for it was completely unknown to me, okay, to tell you the truth. Whether it was a reaction to a meeting that held on Saturday, I don't know. Whether they did it as a way to, maybe they thought that the national vice chairman was going to host a meeting here yesterday and somebody wanted to, make sure that didn't happen. I wasn't aware.
On the forthcoming Imo Guba in November, the American lawyer declared that we will defeat Uzodinma in November.
I am hopeful that we will defeat Uzodinma come November. If we, okay, let me underline this part of what I'm about to say. If we painstakingly, okay, make sure that the primary process is free and fair, and that we produce someone, okay, that shares the same values as P2B.
He lamented the interference of people from sister states of Anambra to tell Ndimo what to do.
I hope the party understands, especially the National Party and their friends from Anambra State, okay, who are also influencing some of what is happening in Imo State. Okay, I hope that they're clearing that with Mr. Obi, and not just people who know somebody or who have connections to the national chairman. Problem we have in Imo State is everybody comes in and tries to tell Ndimo what to do, and we have enough either hungry people or enough people who need attention, okay, that will give them audience and start causing problems here. Okay, so that my hope is that now that the official steering committee has been inaugurated, I think they're downstairs. My understanding is that Professor Uzier has been appointed the chairman. So I don't know the rest of the members. I am hopeful that they will now sit down and do what they need to do to get ready for the primaries, which are less than 2 weeks from now.
He did not end the briefing without providing an advice for the Imo governor, Senator Hope Uzodinma.
Spend your 4 years. You've been very lucky through your life. Spend your 4 years. Okay? Take whatever money that you can take with you and just give us Imo State back. And then go and enjoy the rest of your life wherever you want to go.
Querying the 27/27 victory of the All Progressive Congress at the State Assembly election in the state, he mentioned that the party was not decent in their rigging, wondering who could have voted for the party.
When you want to rig an election, you need to do it in a way that makes sense. Okay? We have a governor who, you guys know how he became a governor. Okay? How can APC win 27 local governments in Imo State? That's impossible. Who actually voted for APC? Okay? So that's where we have a problem, because he's going to try to do the same thing for the governorship election.
The Ngokpala born legal luminary averred that the November election is going to generate more interest like the presidential election because Imo people want Uzodinma out.
The governorship election the interest is going to be even higher than the presidential, and I'll tell you why. Because most Imolites want Uzodinma out. They didn't vote for him in the first place. Okay, that's true. Now we expect that he will empty the Imo treasury to try to buy everybody. Okay, he may decide to use some intimidation styles. I don't know. Okay, but whoever the Labour Party nominates will have to really, be someone that the obedience really, really want. Okay, and that's what will make the young people come out, vote, and sit there and wait. Okay, now he tried to actually rig the Secretariat and House of Reps elections. He didn't do very well over his own. The reason was because our young people and our women decided, hell no, we're not going. Okay? They stayed in the local government collation centers. They spent the night there. When the policemen came from the state, from where he had to collect the beavers machines, they wouldn't move out of the way. Okay? So it will all depend on who the Labour Party nominates. If they pick the right guy, trust me, we will win hands down. And he will not have that opportunity to rig. Now, it will also depend on who becomes president. And that's a big if. Now, INEC has selected Tinubu, okay? And, what the courts will do. Will determine whether Tinubu will be sworn in, whether Obi will be declared the winner, or whether the elections will be cancelled and the new one ordered. That will have a big impact, because if we have the right person there, okay, that person will make sure that the governor doesn't use the federal security people to harass people and intimidate people.
Meanwhile, as at the time of this report, the party secretariat was no longer under occupation by the police. Obedient faithfuls in the state are expecting that the issues in the party should be resolved timely to equip it in the task ahead. Afam Echi, reporting for Universal Heritage Television, Nigeria.